Let's talk about what it's like achieving your dreams. We can learn this from the dung beetle. The dung beetle is a very, very fascinating animal. They call it a scarab in Egypt. Essentially takes a piece of poo and plants an egg inside of the poop, and it rolls it towards the sun. Now, while it's rolling it towards the sun, it finds a place to plant the dung into the ground. And from there, the egg hatches and it eats its way through the ground and poop until it finds life. Now, why am I utilizing the dung beetle as a way of pulling you into this analogy of achieving your dreams in life? Well, it's very similar because nature shows you that with the scarab or the dung beetle. You see, the dung beetle takes poop and places an idea inside of it, which is the egg. To the rest of the world, it looks like it's valueless. It has absolutely no value to anyone who sees it on the surface. But no matter what, it continues to push it towards the light. And that's what you have to do. Your dreams and everything that you want to achieve almost seems worthless to anyone else who is watching you from the outside in, just like the dung beetle. But no matter what, keep rolling it towards the light. And the fascinating thing with a dung beetle is, if you were to put your hand over the dung beetle when it's rolling it towards the light, it will continue to keep searching for the sun. Same thing you need to do. It finds this place to put it and bury it, essentially saying, right time, right place. And then from there, the idea sprouts and shows itself to the world. But also remember the analogy of the dung beetle, the baby dung beetle, has to eat its way through poop and dirt to make it to the day of light. And that's essentially what your idea is doing. It's culminating in a place that no one can see until it breaks through and finds its light. You can learn many things through nature if you just watch and observe. And I find that a lot of people give up too soon. But I say, be persistent and keep rolling your idea towards the light, just like the dung beetle. Because on the surface, no one will value what you have to offer, but only you know what lies inside. Do you feel like that sometimes? Do you feel like that? Whenever you have like a new idea, a new venture in life, do you feel like no one really sees the value of it?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm digging around in some shit. Gotta get through some stuff and to eventually get some light, you know? Like life can be rough sometimes. And through that rough patch comes beauty.
Indeed, indeed. Do you feel like that?
I think you make your own goals, the energy that you put into what you like in your work and transform it to whatever you want.
Do you guys have any stories of where someone didn't believe in you and then time tells and you achieve the goal?
Yeah, for sure.
You do? Can you share one with me?
Yeah, I moved out of my parents' house at the age of 16. I moved to New York City to become a model. And so many different agents told me to lose weight, although I was already like measurement size. And in a year and a half, I got signed with Ford Models at the time, and I was with one of the biggest agencies in the world. And I modeled for Gucci, and I met with some really, really big clients. And I've been modeling now for 12 years.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. What about you?
I feel like every day I just try to prove people wrong and just be my best self, best version of myself.
So you find that your daily goal is a consistent effort of proving people wrong?
Yeah.
If it can be like that, it can be like that. And there's many very veritable levels to it. I remember when I was a kid, it's a great story. I remember when I wanted to be like a magician. And I was in school and I was doing magic. I would get in trouble all the time for it. All the time, like literally every single day. And my mom was pissed because she was like, can they just please stop calling me? She wasn't even mad at me. She's like, he just gonna be himself. But she just mad for getting so many calls. And I remember when I had gotten to high school and I was a senior, I believe I was a senior. I got called in by the principal, and the principal was sitting with my humanities teacher. And they had pulled me in, and I'm there with my nurse. Note, you guys, I have Crohn's disease. So I'm sitting there with my teacher, my nurse, and the principal, right? And my grades are flunking. I'm horrible at school. I don't like school at all. I think it's the worst place to ever be. I did not like it. And she looked me dead in my eye and she told me, your magic career is not gonna take off if you don't get good grades. You are going to be a failure in life. Verbatim, what she said to the T. And I remember hearing that and I was just like, so disheartened. I never heard a message like that before. No one's ever said anything like that to me in my face. And I was just like, wow, like you're really bold. Like you really don't think I could actually achieve this. Like it's crazy. I dedicate my entire life and existence to it. Like I will figure it out. Long story short, I graduate. Remember got my first gig. It was at a restaurant that was right across the street from me. She walks in and she sits down, she sits and eats. And I remember coming to her saying that she wanted to see a magic trick, and she said no. That was the first initiative, like, you know, of like me making the first step. Like, I got my first job. Now, note I was only getting paid $50 a day for 2 days. So I got paid a total of $200 for Saturday and Sunday. That was about it. On top of that with some tips. And it wasn't a popular restaurant at all. But as things progressed, obviously I got many no's. I ended up becoming one of the most famous and well-known magicians amongst all my peers, making a great living for myself. And I always wonder in my head, could she see the greatness, or did she just see some kid that reminded her of herself? Because she actually had shared a story where she said she had failed in her life because she didn't pass through school. Now she's a school principal. And no shot at school principals, I'm just saying, like, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But each thing takes its own route. And I think she highly underestimated my ability to achieve the route. And I want to let you guys know that everyone on the surface does not see what you see. They don't understand what really lies within inside of it. Take, for instance, like Elon Musk and the Tesla company. Tesla was a company that existed for a long time. Elon Musk came in and invested into the company. He's seen what it was worth, and there's only very few people who can actually see the worth of what you have. He invested into the company, and as you know, it sells more electric cars than every car manufacturer who makes electric cars combined. They sell more units than that. But it took one person or multiple people to come together to really put this idea forward towards the world. So understand that it's a common thing that people don't understand the value of what you have to offer. It's not uncommon. Now, if you guys want to go ahead and learn how to grow your online business and also how to grow your social media account, because maybe you have goals and things you want to achieve, go ahead and click the link down below here on this YouTube video, and you can go ahead and enroll into my course and we can do a consultation. Peace out.